Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back with another book review. Most of my reviews are comics, this one is not. It's more of a novel type thing, an ebook of sorts. Dinosaur Lake 2. Dinosaur Lake 2, Dinosaurs Arising by Catherine Meyer Griffith. I have reviewed the first book. In fact, that review got attention from the author, which I'm pretty proud of. This is the second book in the series. I think it's about 4 or 5 books. I will be reading them all, or at least listening to the audiobooks on Audible. You can get this on Kindle or on Audible. Either way, it's all Gucci. So, this book I actually, in some ways, liked more than the original. Or at least the first one, not the original. This isn't a remake. But in Dinosaur Lake 2, we follow kind of the same people, the same paleontologist, the same head park ranger, etc. You get one of the same military personnel and some newer characters. Justin, I think, and our main character's daughter. I can't remember everybody's name. It's not that they're not memorable characters. It's actually just that I'm bad at names. Sorry. So they, actually, quite factually, are living their lives, and then, dinosaur attack. And the dinosaur attack is one of the first things that happens in this book. The first book took a while to get started, I'll admit. This one, it just throws you right in there. And the first one, it was the first book. It had to set up our world and characters and everything, and to give us all that, but this one, we already have that knowledge, so we can just jump right in. It's one cool thing about sequels. So, there are these dinosaurs. So they kill one. They think it might be the only one. They aren't sure. But in this book, we kind of up the ante. We go from a single swimming dinosaur to several flying dinosaurs. Not pterosaurs. Flying dinosaurs. This book refers to the Crater Lake monster-esque dino from the first film as... not film. I was thinking about Crater Lake Monster, the movie, which is shockingly similar to the first book. But we go in and we find out that these flying dinosaurs can be they're killed easier, but there's more of them. It seems like it's basically like, how in Alien there was the one alien, and then in Aliens there were a bunch? It's like that. So there's a bunch of aliens. The big one from the first book was called Godzilla. And then the ones from the second book are called gargoyles, which I think is a pretty good name for them. So these gargoyles, a lot of them seem sick. And they aren't sure why, and there's the big mother gargoyle and a bunch of gargoyles of all different sizes because the eggs started incubating under the earth at different times. And Justin has this theory that there are actually a ton of dinosaur eggs underground, and they're just gonna start hatching. So be prepared for that. And so they do eventually end up defeating it, of course. I don't want to tell you every single thing that happens because I want you to be able to read it for yourself. Of course, they defeat it. But I want to talk about a subplot real quick that I actually enjoyed. So, our main character's wife, who runs a newspaper, she gets diagnosed with cancer in this book. And, I was really invested in her cancer story because, during the final dinosaur fight, I was like, okay, this is interesting, but let's hurry up and finish the dino fight so I can figure out what's going on with this cancer stuff. Which is very unlike me. I'm a big dino boy. But we do, and, they beat the dinosaur. It was easier to beat the big gargoyle, it seemed like, than it was for them to defeat Godzilla, quote-unquote, in the first book. I don't know, it just seems like they had an easier time with the multiple dinosaurs than they did with the one dinosaur, which is very odd. And also, I feel like the cancer subplot was wrapped up way too quickly. She seems to be cancer-free so fast, and without terribly much hardship, you know, in relative to real life cancer patients, many of which I have known. So I don't know. The cancer thing, I feel like the cancer subplot should have carried over into the next book. Like, maybe in the next book she's getting worse, and our hero has to decide whether he's going to stay with his wife or go fight dinosaurs, you know? But it doesn't feel like he really needs to make that choice in this book. The cancer subplot just could have been better, is what I'm saying. It seems to just be there. Although I did enjoy it, I thought it could have... Just carrying it over to the next book would have made it a lot more emotional. Because it does set up a third book at the end, so I'm pretty sure it was on her mind. I just think the cancer subplot, there could have been more to it. But the dinosaur stuff was great. I know I said it felt like they beat these dinosaurs faster than they did the single one, and easier, but it was still very difficult and very enjoyable to read about and listen to. I actually listened to this on Audible. I didn't read it. But yeah, so I really love the dinosaur stuff. Really thought the cancer stuff should have been played up a lot more. Really spook us, make us think she was gonna die. There was no point in the book where I was like, wow, this cancer could kill her. I never thought that at any point. I was just like, okay, how's she get rid of it? Because I knew it wasn't gonna take her. You know? But I mean, the writing is good. It's a very descriptive book. The characters they definitely feel like real people. They're not larger than life characters. They feel like real people, and I think for the book like this, that's pretty important. Very very enjoyable, very easy to put yourself in the main character's shoes. I really liked it. I really liked Dinosaur Lake 2, Dinosaurs Are Rising. I will be reading the third one as soon as my next Audible credit comes in. And I'll definitely, once I've run out of her dinosaur books, I'm definitely going to read more of Griffith's work. I think she has a lot of books about witches. That could be cool. But that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, etc. I have a Patreon. Definitely be sure to check me out there. A lot of content up on there about, like, writing TTRPG games and etc. That is it. Thank you all very much for your support, and I'll see you all next time.